The radical element of the oldest religions was essentially sabeistic, and we maintain that their myths and allegories, if once correctly and thoroughly interpreted, will dovetail with the most exact astronomical notions of our day. We will say more. There is hardly a scientific law, whether pertaining to physical astronomy or physical geography, that could not be easily pointed out in the ingenious combinations of their fables. They allegorized the most important as well as the most trifling causes of the celestial motions. The nature of every phenomenon was personified, and in the mythical biographies of the Olympic gods and goddesses, one well acquainted with the latest principles of physics and chemistry can find their causes, interagencies, and mutual relations embodied in the deportment and course of action of the fickle deities. The atmospheric electricity in its neutral and latent states is embodied usually in demigods and goddesses, whose scene of action is more limited to Earth, and who, in their occasional flights to the higher deific regions, display their electric tempers always in strict proportion with the increase of distance from the Earth's surface. The weapons of Hercules and Thor were never more mortal than when the gods soared into the clouds. We must bear in mind that before the time when the Olympian Jupiter was anthropomorphized by the genius of Phidias into the omnipotent god, the Maximus, the god of gods, and thus abandoned to the adoration of the multitudes, in the earliest and abstruse science of symbology he embodied in his person and attributes the whole of the cosmic forces. The myth was less metaphysical and complicated, but more truly eloquent as an expression of natural philosophy. Zeus, the male element of the creation with Chthoniya, Vesta, the earth, and Metis, the water, the first of the Oceanids, the feminine principles, was viewed according to Porphyry and Proclus as the Zun ex Zun, the chief of living beings. In the Orphic theology, the oldest of all, metaphysically speaking, he represented both the potentia and actus, the unrevealed cause, and the demiurge, or the active creator as an emanation from the invisible potency. In the latter demiurgic capacity, in conjunction with his consorts, we find in him all the mightiest agents of cosmic evolution, chemical affinity, atmospheric electricity, attraction and repulsion.